This ain't the same league.
We'll make a sailor girl out of you yet.
Cheers.
Waking up each morning like this, knowing our biggest luxury is freedom, peace, and stress-free, is indescribable. Can you picture yourself living like this every day too? Welcome back to Sailing Tela. Today, we're going to be bringing y'all along with us for the simple life. One thing y'all may or may not know about my husband is that he is from Missouri. Missouri is known as the show me state. So today, instead of telling you all the things, we're just gonna show you. Because as that Missouri saying goes, I can show you better than I can tell you. Since we started our journey of sailing around the world, we've had our share of wild adventures. Sailing in 50-knot storms that have tested our limits. We crossed the mighty North Atlantic Ocean once, and soon we'll be doing it again. We've made our way to brand new countries and even continents. But not every day out here is about pushing boundaries or chasing that next thrill. Some days are simply about being present in the moment and sailing toward a new remote destination, where dolphins will join us for a brief hello, and we'll find ourselves in a new quiet location where the water will be a brilliant shade of aqua blue. These peaceful moments where the ocean is our only companion, they remind us of the true freedom this life offers. And beyond a shadow of a doubt, I can promise y'all it never gets boring. It's in fact quite the opposite. Being out here on our boat is a kind of peace that constantly renews. This is the side of sailing we rarely show, the side where the ocean becomes our sanctuary, the sounds of the waves become music, and solitude becomes our greatest gift. We want to invite y'all to experience a day in our lives where the distractions of the world fall away, and you're left with nothing but the rhythm of the sea. So y'all, sit back and let the peace and freedom of the ocean refresh you. This is what true freedom feels like. So whether you're sipping a coffee or a cocktail, savor it as you picture yourself on your own boat sailing away into freedom, a freedom you've always dreamed of. Y'all, the world looks different from the deck of a sailboat, where every destination is a new beginning and every departure is a promise of adventure on the horizon.
Okay, now ease forward. Straighten the wheel up.
Straight.
All right, now back up. Go to 1,000 slow.
1,000.
Then 1,500.
We're at 1,200.
Okay, go 15 and 18.
15.
Now go to 18.
18.
Now go to 2,000.
2,000.
Stop. Now ease back
Straight back.
that way
Turn the wheel this way.
and back up. Call it out.
1,000. 1,000.
Keep 1,000. Now go easy.
Can't hear you.
Go 1,200.
12.
Okay. Now go back to 15.
15.
Now go to 18.
18.
2,000.
2,000.
Okay, stop. Now ease straight back. Keep going back.
1,000.
Keep going.
13.
15.
That's 15.
18.
18.
2,000.
2,000.
2,100.
21.
Okay, stop. All right, that's it. You can turn it off. It ain't going nowhere.
A new place, a new home for a while. Let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back. Take my time, just enjoy the ride.
Did it again. Good job, co-captain.
Passing by, life is good, best I've ever
I'm gonna
felt.
make a sailor girl out of you yet.
Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky. I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. 'Cause I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. 'Cause I found my way.
He's okay. He's swimming.
'Cause I found my
Well, y'all, here we are on the anchor, and it is Cockpit 30, and it's time for a little afternoon sipping. And when you're out here on the anchor, y'all, life can be pretty simple. And as a matter of fact, as we've been sailing around Europe for the past year or so, y'all know I like a little bourbon, and the bourbon hunting can be pretty simple here in Europe. Because as you see, bourbon ain't a real big deal in Europe. They're kind of fond of scotch. You don't see a lot of bourbon. Now, in the States, you have the luxury of being able to see all kinds of bourbon. Walk in the store and the shelves be plumb full of all kinds of bourbon. Over here in Europe, you walk in most stores, and if they even have bourbon at all, it's Jack in the Black, Jim Beam White, regular Four Roses, and that is it, y'all. So it's pretty simple, but every now and then you walk in and you find something you hadn't seen before. And if y'all watched our Gibraltar video, you'll know that I stumbled into a store there and ran across something I hadn't seen before over here. This here Jim Beam Black Extra Aged in this nice fancy looking box, and I just had to have it. Now y'all, as I understand the story behind this here Jim Beam Black Extra Aged, goes something like this. Way back in the day, good old Jim Beam Black had an 8-year age statement. And then at some point down the road, good old Jim Beam decided to change their statement to Jim Beam 8-year double aged. And then as the story goes, around about 2015, Jim Beam decided to remove the good old 8-year age statement and just plainly call it good old Jim Beam Extra Aged. I guess they wanted to leave the good old age date a mystery, y'all, so they just called it Extra Aged. And that's what I stumbled across. They've got a new release out now, and it's Jim Beam Black 7-year. They put a 7-year age statement on it, and as I understand, the new release of this is at 90 proof, and this here's 86 proof. But nonetheless, I am excited to try this, something different. So let's get into it and see what they say about this on this fancy box. Jim Beam since 1795. It says, by giving our classic Jim Beam Black the important added ingredients of time in our charred white oak barrels, we discovered the smooth caramel and warm oak notes of this premium extra aged bourbon. Now don't that sound just dandy? Let's go ahead and get in this fancy looking box and see what's inside. Well, looky, looky. If that ain't a fancy dancy looking bottle, I really like that. That is surefire fancy. All right, y'all, well, let's get this fancy bottle cracked open and give her a pour. Well, it don't look like we're gonna be popping a cork. We're gonna be screwing a good old basic plastic cap. I smell that classic caramel note there. Smell just a little hint of nuttiness also there on the nose. Also get a slight hint of vanilla there, y'all, too. Not bad on the nose. Let's give her a pour. Yep, on the nose, y'all, I get a little bit of that oak. Get a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of faint caramel. Give her a taste and see how she goes. Cheers, y'all, to your health. Now, y'all, my first impression is that there ain't no way in the home place of the devil himself that this is going to be anywhere near taking the place of my good old standby Knob Creek 9-year. This ain't in the same league. For very basic economical bourbon, you get a little hint of vanilla, you get a little hint of oak there on the first part of the palate. And y'all there on the mid palate, you definitely get that hint of oak, and you get a little bit of hint of nuttiness in there too. Y'all, if I'm being very honest, and it's got a little bit of a twang on the finish. It ain't real well balanced on the finish, but for 15.99 euros, which is about 17.99 US dollars, what do you expect? Overall, y'all, I'd say if you're looking for something to mix with or a pretty bottle to sit on the shelf, there you have it. Would I sit here and tell you that I'd sip this every day? Neat? Nope. If y'all watched our videos in the past, you know that I'm a fan of philosophy sometimes and really like good quotes and sayings that are inspirational and have some meaning to them. So I want to leave y'all with a little thought for the day. Now they say that a negative person always sees the glass as half empty. And they say that a positive person always sees the glass as half full. And now a realistic person adds 2 shots of whiskey, 2 cubes of ice, and says cheers. So y'all stay real out there. Cheers. You sure are pretty up there walking around. God bless America, you're gorgeous. I was just talking on the video, unless you turned me off.
I didn't.
You just have to wait till you edit it.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's sailing video. We changed it up a little bit. Let us know what y'all thought down in the comments below on this style of video. It's definitely not going to be our regular, but if y'all enjoyed it, maybe we can do one again in the future, maybe in the Caribbean. Anywho, before we close out today's video, here's a little sneak peek of what's coming up next on Sailing Tela.
Hey, let's do this thing.
This is the live. All right, boss man's coming in.
Ooh, doggy.
Arrived to a new island.
We've got about a 16-hour passage.
We just got the sail out, circumnavigating the globe one wave at a time, one island at a time.
That's right. Getting it done.
The only direction is forward.
It was rougher than
Indescribable, really rough. And now that you've had a little preview of what's to come, definitely don't forget that we are doing a Patreon meetup. We've got all of the details in the link in the top corner of the screen, so y'all can check that out, and in the description box below. But you have to be a active Wave level 3 or 4 Patreon member to join. This will be in January in the USA. Spots are limited. Spots are only going to be available until the end of October, and then we are closing it out. We want to keep it small so that we can really enjoy the experience with all of y'all. But anywho, that is going to close out today's video. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see y'all next time on Sailing Tela.
If y'all watched our Gibraltar video, and it's Jim Beam Black. Let me do that again. All right, whenever you're done laughing. To a store, what are you laughing at?
It's on the giggles now, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. It's over. Okay, go ahead.